I mean no ill will to this man, but the way he came at me was a little, all right, brother, I know what I gotta do. So let me preface it with this. So I've kind of figured out Capcom's DLC structure, and mostly CPT is a little weird to me. And I've stated this before in this video. Basically, I feel like Street Fighter is becoming a little bit more exclusive, because if you don't have a jersey, there's only 8 offline events. They haven't said anything about anything online yet. I could be wrong. If anyone in chat knows, am I tripping? If they had announced anything online, I don't think that they have for this upcoming season. Please let me know, because we can revisit that. We can definitely revisit that. So if anyone wants to take a quick moment to see, I don't know. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything about CPT online. Nothing. And I'm gonna do a quick research on the side, because I only remember seeing. Here we go. So this is an image that we can look at, right? So Evo, that's coming up soon. Oof. Hold on, man. Yo, that theme? Anyway, so we got Evo coming up. This tournament in Milwaukee. Right afterwards, Ultimate Fighting Arena, East Coast Throwdown, Singapore, Japan, Blink Respawn, and then Kings of the World. And then clearly CPT ends in February, right? So it's like, all right. Okay, cool. As far as I can see so far, coming back to it, like, I haven't seen anything about CPT online. I haven't, even when I just go peep like the schedule on their website. I'm on the side here looking at it, and I haven't, like, here, I'll bring it up here too, just so we can look at it together, right? Just putting this little box here just for the sake of, because Akuma looks cool. But like, online premieres, like World Warrior. We'll just go US Midwest. Let me double check here. If this, wait, did that say 2023? Yep. See? So the logo still says 2023. 2023 when I click on this. So there's like nothing. There's nothing that suggests right now that CPT is happening, you know, online. Because right now, when you click on the website, it only has these offline tournaments, which we already saw again. This is the logos of these tournaments. They see the months. We looked at this thing over here. It shows the dates. Last thing I clicked on shows August 19th, 2023. So we can close this, not important. But there's no, it looks like there's no news of anything online. You know what I mean? So, in knowing that they've only announced this, and Evo is not that far away from now, it's like, well, if this is all we've got, it definitely feels as if it's a little exclusive, because not everyone can attend these. The time in between Evo and then the Milwaukee tournament ain't that far. And then right after that is Paris, which is also not that far. And then East Coast Throwdown. So in the US we have 3, right? We have Vegas, Milwaukee, and then we have East Coast Throwdown, right? So we have 3 chances out here, which is good. That's better than most places, obviously. There's one in France. Then there's the other one in Kings of the World, but that's like, they have a 3-month gap in the EU. And then the rest is Singapore, Japan, and then the DR. It's dope that there's a nice spread, obviously. But we have no word on World Warrior yet. So like, it's seemingly like, hey, if you have a jersey, you can do all of these. If you don't have a jersey, and let's say on the hypothetical, let's say that they don't do online World Warrior, right? Then what ends up happening here is this is all you got. And that's why I said what I said, right, in my video. And apparently this might have went over Buddy's head, so I'm gonna just read off what he told me. Not understanding what your issue is exactly. You're saying Street Fighter is becoming an exclusive club, yet you think the Tekken Tour is better, but it only has offline events. What? So, in terms of Tekken World Tour, the neat thing is there's a lot of tournaments. A lot. I know that they have a schedule for their dojos and their master events, but the thing is, there's so many. I have the structure right here. So let's look at this. And I think this is a little document here, right? So peep game. I'm gonna stretch this out a little bit here so we can see more. Sorry, Kumu. Right, but look at this. Master events. Evo Japan, Game Parad. Like, look at how many events this is. Right, this is all of them, right? Cool. So there's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 versus 12. That's just master events. Challenger events. Like, this is not even comparable. Challenger events. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14. 14. And 14. What's that, 26? Right? Now, this does not include dojo events. Dojo events, you don't even have to go travel. You don't have to travel to any of these things. None of them. You can play in your own backyard if they have it. You know what I mean? Like, and then there's still LCQ. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, look at this. You have a different amount of dojo events per region. Like, what do you mean? Like, this is what I don't understand. Literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 events offline. You have a slew of events, challenger, master, dojo events to gain points to get into Tekken World Tour on top of LCQ. The only argument and trepidation is it's all offline. But there's issues with cheaters, instant parries, instant blocks, and stuff like that and online that they can't regulate. So of course, there's been a push for that because Tekken has had issues with their online tournaments. I digress though. Now, I'm pretty sure the Tekken World Tour is the same length, 6 months from April till October. I'm not mistaken. 1 more month maybe. Okay. So if even there's just quote unquote 1 more month, there's way more shit that you can get to. And if you can't get to something, you have a dojo event. Now, of course, because in December, there's not that many events, right? So once we get to like November and December, there's not that many, right? Because you go to here in the CPT, they have their Blink Respawn thing in the DR, and then like London has Kings of the World. Now, granted, they could do something between these two events. I could see something happening with this Kings of the World event in London. I could see that. So even if it stops here, right? Let's say it just stops in October, right? On the hypothetical, that's still not necessarily bad. Sure, you can say it's only a short stint, but there's so much you can get to. Point blank period. Point blank, period. And then this one here, as far as DLC, it's gonna take as long as it's gonna take them. Unfortunately, like, the characters all seem really paused so far. Should they rush out 6 characters instead? You said they should just drop 3 instead, but that contradicts what you said about how long the wait is. 3 characters would spread out even longer. Now, prior to this talk here, I did talk here on stream about why I said the 3 months or the 3 characters would work is because you can do, what is it? Summer, winter, and spring. And then mid-season DLC patch after Capcom Cup, which is in February. If you're to sit here and say that having 3 DLC characters is too little when you can do costumes and do a lot of different things in terms of World Tour mode, add more games, which I've already mentioned this before in another video, coming soon, or if not, it should be out by the time I put this out. It's kind of like, I don't think I made things anywhere near confusing. I think you just didn't pay attention, because maybe in this video it didn't make sense, but I don't think I was yapping to the point to where nothing made sense at all. Now, I was definitely in the boat of, I do think that they could have had TWT online events. I do think it does alienate people who can't go to things, but in the interest of good competition and in good faith, it makes sense to go all offline. Unfortunate, but like, if someone makes it there fraudulently with auto parries and stuff like that, and then they don't have auto parries no more, now what? That's gonna piss more people off. My thing is, I would rather have 3 DLC characters and the last character come out right before CPT, right? And then they can do a mid-season balance patch at the end so we can get used to the game again. And then when they update, oh, here's the first DLC for the next season. Cool. Like Akuma, which is basically what they just did. That's the irony. People are really looking at it like, oh, yo, Akuma's like the 4th DLC character. He's the start of the new season. Silly, goofy. The first 3 characters were the actual DLC characters. He's not season 1 DLC if you want to get technical. He starts season 2. He's essentially a season 2 character. So essentially season 1 only had 3 characters, and they're released in roughly the same time schedule in which I was talking about in the first place. But then they'll say, oh, well, they said he's DLC 4. Notice how he's coming out at the start of season 2. He's the start of season 2. He's your first DLC character for season 2. He's your first DLC character for season 2 and the last character, quote unquote, for season 1. You could take it for whatever you want. You could look at the DLC pack and see 4 slots. What I see is the exact same shit that they did the last time when they dropped the Kuma in Street Fighter 5. He's the start of season 2, aka your first season 2 DLC character. Duh. Your last season 1 DLC character was Ed. Period. He's kind of like the middle ground hype character to keep you interested in playing the game. That's why they put his ass last. Last, aka the start. Because if he was a season 1 character, they'd have been dropped him. So that's why I'm like, I don't think I didn't make myself clear in my last video. But if I didn't make myself clear then, I'm gonna make myself clear here now. So yeah, that's essentially addressing that comment, because I've been meaning to go at that for a minute and I just thought, like, it's weird. But anyway, that's how I feel about that. So that'll do it for this. So yeah. Respect the opinion. I'm gonna respectfully disagree.